Welcome back, everyone. If you want to take your seats, please, for Act 2. Act 2. A sign reads, the Benny Leonard Gym and Boxing Center. The gym is packed with both ethnic groups of residents on 8th Street, anticipating the Leibowitz-Kelly match. Buck Ayrton is announcing. Akiva and Uncle Jacob are with Benjamin in his corner. Ryan sits alone in his corner. Katie and Esther are absent.
Our final bout features two of our local middleweights, newcomer Benjamin Leibowitz in the white trunks trimmed with blue, and veteran Ryan Kelly in the shamrock green. Kelly is about 5 pounds heavier and the more muscular of the two. Leibowitz, the taller of the pair, has a reach advantage. On a more personal note, there is no love lost between these two boxers from the east side. This match is being refereed by Joe Shagru, former lightweight professional and favorite among Irish fight fans. The timekeeper is Carl Heinrich, your announcer, Buck Ayrton. Now, down the aisle come the two Kelly trainers. The two stand with their backs to the crowd, Mike Finney on the left with K.E. on his shirt, Butch Callahan with K.I. Finley now elbows Callahan and they switch places. Side by side, the letters spell K.I., K.E. Great. The bipartisan crowd reacts with boos, hoots, whistles, cheers, and laughter as the two now turn in the slow circle, making themselves visible to the Leibowitz corner. Did I say no love lost earlier? Let me change that to bad blood.
Katie enters the gym and takes a seat in the crowd. The bell rings. Tessie holds up a card for round 1.
The two fighters charge at each other, ignoring any boxing tradition to touch gloves. Hold on to your seats. Kelly starts throwing punches to the body. Leibowitz does not retreat and begins raining punches down on the head of his crouching opponent. Leibowitz takes the uppercut to the jaw, but throws a left that momentarily stops Kelly's charge. Now, Leibowitz is throwing punches from all directions, most being picked off by Kelly and doing no real damage. What Leibowitz lacks in experience, he is trying to make up in heart. Oh, and now, folks, both fighters are toe-to-toe unloading their best shots. Oh, there is a big right hand from Kelly that landed on the button, and Leibowitz looks shaken. Oh, Leibowitz has shown a lot of moxie, but not the punching power to deter his stronger opponent. Oh, another flurry from Kelly, and now Leibowitz is reeling.
The bell rings.
Referee Shagru steps in and to look at the rookie, who appears to be bleeding from the nose.
Woo!
May have been saved by the bell. In the Leibowitz corner, Josh Franklin is working to stop the bleeding. Trainer Jacob Klein is bobbing and weaving like the senior Leibowitz looks as if he's David hurling a stone at Goliath.
That's right!
Suddenly there's silence and they all freeze as the lights dim and the music for Sing 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 builds in speed and volume from the quietness. Benjamin unfreezes.
I love Goodman. The music Goodman plays is the rhythm of the ring. Let it sing to you. Let it sing, sing, sing.
Benny unfreezes and acknowledges Benjamin as the music builds. Benjamin stands up from his stool, points to Benny Leonard in the front row, and pats his heart. The bell rings.
There's the bell for round 2 of the scheduled 3-round fight.
Tessie holds up a round 2 card. The fight continues.
Kelly doesn't waste time charging at his opponents. Leibowitz eludes him and rat-a-tat-tats Kelly for his trouble. Kelly throws a left that misses, followed by a wild right. Leibowitz dances out of range and then counters with a flurry of his own. Those punches are not hurting Kelly, but Leibowitz is chalking up round-winning points at will.
Music to Sing 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 continues to build with additional percussion.
Leibowitz has brought a totally different style to the second round. It looks like he's fighting on air.
The music now engulfs the fighters as Benjamin continues to hit Ryan and Will. Ryan's efforts to catch up to him are in vain. Tessie holds up the round 3 card as the fight continues. The music continues, as do the dynamics of the fight, until the bell sounds.
That marks the end of the fight, folks. Frustration is written all over Ryan Kelly. Despite a shaky start, Benjamin Leibowitz chalked up points in rounds 2 and 3, and points are what will determine the winner.
Carl hands Buck the results.
And your winner, in a unanimous decision, Benjamin Leibowitz. Leibowitz!
Shagru raises Benjamin's hand. Ryan retreats to his corner and covers his head with a towel. Josh rushes to lift up the exultant Benjamin. Jacob and Akiva dance in a circle.
Oh, good night, folks, from the Benny Leonard Gym and Boxing Center on 8th and C here on the east side.
Benjamin and Ryan remain on their stools as all others exit except Katie. Katie climbs onto the ring apron and kisses Ryan on the cheek. He shows no response. She then walks around the apron and kisses Benjamin's cheek and puts her hand on the back of his neck.
It's done. It's over.
You think it's done? You think you fixed it? I know my twin brother. He's painted into a corner. It's not safe for you, Benjamin. It's not safe for us.
The next day on 8th and C, Benjamin stacks heavy boxes with ease outside his store. Katie comes out from her store and watches him for a moment.
Hi.
Hi.
You're holding your head high now.
Mr. Leonard asked me to join the CYO boxing team going to Chicago.
Congratulations. The Catholic Youth Organization is pretty prestigious.
Yeah, thanks. And thanks again for coming. And for your push to get me into the locker room with the guys. I'm telling you, Katie, when the guys get together in the locker room for from Little Italy, Harlem, Chinatown, West Side, it's like a club, a fraternity, a brotherhood of boxers.
Yeah, like a club where everybody clubs each other. Tries his best to punch his brother's lights out.
No, it's not like that at all. I train side by side with these guys, get pumped up to go toe-to-toe for a couple of rounds, root for my buddies, then go out for a beer, afterwards. Brag if we won, console each other if we lost. That's how it is.
How do you know the other guy's not angry at the world like my brother, ready to beat your brains in?
We touch gloves at the opening bell and before the last round to show respect. Like this.
When you say it like that, I'm a little envious. Wish my brother would touch gloves each time the two of us stand toe to toe.
Maybe someday your brother and your boyfriend will touch gloves.
Won't hold my breath. Ryan didn't come home last night. I sense darkness all around him when his demons come to hound him. They leave him worse than when they found him, until he somehow finds a way. He'll labor on through the fight on Labor Day.
Ryan hit me with a big right hand in the first round, nearly ended the fight.
So?
I respect his punching
So?
power. He can take a punch too, hit him with some good
Is
shots.
that supposed to matter?
Well, yeah. That the other guy respects you as a fighter.
Respect him as a fighter, but not as a man?
Right now, I can't respect him as a man. Not now.
Neither can I.
Blackout. In the Kelly kitchen later that day, Katie rests her head in her hands and Ryan enters.
Nice to have you home.
Are you the welcoming committee for losers?
Maybe you're not the only loser.
What do you mean?
As long as you're throwing up walls between Benjamin and me, I lose.
If you think you're a loser today, just wait until tomorrow. When your little crush comes to an end, you'll be shunned here on the street. The Irishmen will look away, and the Irish women will whisper behind your back. If I'm throwing up a wall, I'm doing it to protect you. A man protects the women in his family.
I don't need protection from someone you don't even know. Never spoken to except words of hate. To you, Benjamin's not a human, he's a label.
And you know what you'll be labeled? A Jew lover. A Jew lover. As long as you live on 8th and C, Katie, that label will follow you around like famine.
I don't know, Ryan, if we can live under the same roof. Are you going to start wearing swastikas?
Ryan glares at her as she leaves the house and sits in front of Kelly's market. Across the street, Benjamin unloads crates, barrels, and supplies and then takes his shirt off. Father O'Shaughnessy joins Katie on the porch outside.
I hate it when he broods.
If you let it drag you down, Catherine, you'll both go down and out.
This all comes back on me. Since Benjamin won, Ryan lost, and I lose.
It will work out, Katie.
How, Father? How's it going to work out? Will I get invited to Sabbath dinner across the street? When do I get to win? He can take his shirt off, wash all of the dirt off. So now, how do I wash away today? Still I feel this longing, even a belonging, so very close, so very far away.
it a sin a Catholic and a Jew should set out to begin what none can win, and everyone will lose?
And who I am loves who you are. It's just that simple, it's not that hard. The way across the street is not too far. When who I am loves who you are.
Which saint do I turn to, knowing that I yearn to pray that fate will somehow find a way? Do I have a home still in love and yet alone, still so very close, so very far away?
If you hadn't met,
It was meant to
someday
be.
you'll forget, live beyond regret.
No, not him, not me. Our son will smile again. He'll welcome a new day. Hearts day will mend.
He won't live in pretend. It's a sin a Catholic and a Jew should set out to begin what no one can win, and everyone will lose if this is what they choose.
I would be with him, come what may. Our chances very slim, way out on a limb.
So very close, so very
Far away.
Katie sits alone on the porch. Ella Rose wanders around the kitchen looking at the Catholic pictures and statues. Katie watches and hears Ella Rose through the window.
Some walls are little, some walls are tall, others are brittle, they crumble and fall. Some walls may rise up out of thin air. Do I question if they're fair? And do I
couch have several empty glasses in front of them and drink.
At least you know you're old men. I couldn't pick mine out of a line.
Well, my time with the old man was no photo op. Unless you're liking blood, bruises, and burns. Kept him off my sister during his binges. At least I managed to do that. Now it's time to have a new father.
Oh, yeah? Who?
You know, Adolf, the fatherland. We're lucky SOBs.
No one's gonna take advantage of us ever again. Because right now we're going to no place fast.
No place, fast.
like this.
Yeah, like that, Butch. Just like that.
Benjamin sits in front of the Leibowitz grocery, lost in thought. Tessie walks by in revealing clothes.
Hi there.
Hello.
I'm Tessie. Mind if I sit down?
Suit yourself.
I was the round-by-round girl at your Labor Day fight. Remember me? Must be swell to be the pride of the Jewish side of 8th and C.
Yep.
You must train pretty hard.
Need to.
I see you're in very good shape.
Goes with the turf.
I respect a man who keeps his body in good shape. Not many men around here do. Not many Jewish men.
Yeah, then consider me different.
Oh, I do. I do already. When do you think you're gonna fight again?
Not sure. Maybe around Hanukkah?
Well, maybe I'll come and watch. And we can light some candles together. Benjamin Aaron Leibowitz.
Say, how do you know my name anyway?
Little Birdie told me.
I have to go.
Nice talking with you, Benjamin. See you around?
Ma, I've got to talk to you.
Why do people look right through me as if I were a piece of glass? They'd find there's really much more to me, not just an easy piece of ass. I always stumble on my feelings, choke on words I'd like to say, and then my emotions all go reeling. I've lost myself along the way.
Carl enters.
I know you from the fight. Weren't you the timekeeper? What's your name?
Carl.
Hi, Carl. I'm Tess. I saw you outside the gym. You're a boxer, too? The strong, silent type. I admire that.
Scene 5, the Leibowitz kitchen.
Ma, don't ever do that again.
Do what, Benjamin?
You know what, Ma?
If you were a Jewish mother, you would understand.
I'm not, and I don't.
Your father said you made him proud. You showed real Leibowitz backbone. Your Uncle Jacob says he can't get over having a nephew in a boxing match. I told him on the phone, get over it, get over it. He said you have heart, Benjamin. The word he kept repeating was heart.
Felt great when the ref raised my hand.
So now it's done and you can move on.
Remember that Mr. Leonard's taking me to Chicago on the city boxing team?
Chicago is dangerous. You can get shot there.
You can get shot here in New York, Ma. It's...
You know, I am not for boxing, and boxing is not for me.
You've made that clear, Ma.
Your new hero changed his name from Benny Liner to Benny Leonard, so his mother wouldn't find out he was boxing. Mrs. Goldberg told me that. She was Mrs. Liner's closest friend.
Is that so, Ma?
Mrs. Liner said that her son was a sensitive and sentimental boy who left boxing while still champion because his mother wanted him to.
Is that what Mrs. Liner told Mrs. Goldberg? Who tell you?
One time, Mr. Liner was knocked out of the ring before returning to win the fight.
Boxing can be risky.
Sometimes his face after a fight would be as lumpy as Mrs. Goldberg's matzo balls.
You gotta be ready to take your lumps.
Mrs. Liner must have been a very patient woman. Olava Shalom. But we don't have to talk about this now. Let's talk about something else that isn't about hurting people.
Can you open the window, Ma? It feels hot and stuffy in here.
Sure, Benjamin. There, halfway open. I was listening to the Jack Benny program last night. It was a riot. Oh, believe me. Jack's plumbing isn't working, so he sends Dennis Day to try to fix it because Jack doesn't want to pay 75 cents for a house call. Dennis reports back that he can't help with the plumbing, but he can offer some consolation. He begins to sing, "Oh, Benny boy, your pipes are calling." I nearly plotzed.
No one you enjoy on radio more than Benny Kowalski.
Oh, I am impressed. You know his real name, but the funniest part of the show was the Schwarzer.
You mean Rochester?
Yes, the Schwarzer. Jack's guest was an opera singer, Miss Donna Demure. And I don't have to tell you that she was anything but thump, thump, thump. Anyway, she sings and then waits off stage. Now it's Jack's turn. He chooses the hardest violin solo he can think of, The Flight of the Bumblebee, in order to outperform this 12-year-old who Jack calls the pesky prodigy. Anyway, Jack begins to play so fast that his bow goes flying off his violin. When he asks where the bow landed, the Schwarzer says, "In the demure derriere, boss." I swear, the audience couldn't stop laughing. But here's an even funnier part. Jack asked the Schwarzer.
Rochester.
Yes, Jack asked the Schwarzer to bring him a new bow. And the Schwarzer...
Rochester.
Yes, returns with an archery bow. He says to Jack, "Boss, I brought you another bow, but I don't think I can improve your aim." The audience must have laughed for 3 minutes straight.
Sorry I missed it. I was boxing.
Which reminds me, your uncle said that he saw the shiksa in the crowd. So now it's done. The boxing brother and the shiksa sister, both over. Close the book. Next chapter.
You just don't get it.
Get what?
You don't get me. You don't understand who I am or what's important to me. You don't even get your precious Jack Benny.
What do you mean by that? Of course I do. I laughed at all the right times, just like I was in the audience. I laughed at all the jokes. They were funny.
Listen, Ma, the Schwarzer in the show, his real name is Eddie Anderson. His stage name is Rochester. To you, he's the Schwarzer. To Jack, he's a man of insight and character. Jack allows himself to be the butt of the jokes in order to put Rochester above himself. Intentionally. The same with Dennis Day. He doesn't want people to view Eddie Anderson as a Schwarzer or Dennis Day as beneath him, on stage or off.
Well.
Ma, words can hurt more than fists.
I hardly know what to say.
Then listen a little longer, Ma. Jack Benny Kowalski fell in love with a dancer named Mary Kelly and wanted to marry her. But the marriage was stopped by her parents. Otherwise, he would have married a Catholic woman.
My Benjamin, my Benella, and my Jack Benny both in love with a Kelly?
So, Ma, a Benny for your thoughts?
Why are all the Kelly women trying to steal the best Jewish men? So, what I think you're telling me after all this is that you're not ready to give up on the Kelly girl and her family, right?
Now, you get me.
Then let your slow-to-get-it mother ask maybe a stupid question. Do you really believe you can fall in love with a Gentile girl, despise her brother, and then get a church blessing by their priest? Is bad blood what Katie's parents would have wanted for them? Her folks may not have been any more welcoming than Mary Kelly's family. Or is honor thy father and thy mother Too old-fashioned for you, Benjamin.
Can I love one and hate the other? Love the girl and hate her brother. He tears me down, she makes me whole. A sleepless night of soul to soul. Do I want love or satisfaction? Can I doubt my every action? This love war taking control. A sleepless night of soul to soul. How can I be in love, torn apart by so much hate? Is my heart now so divided? I surrender my own fate. Should she love me and not her brother, forget her father and her mother? What could I say that may console a sleepless night of soul to soul? Two faces on one coin, one I kiss and one I curse. I'd sleep with Katie in my bed, put her brother in a hearse. Take all this hate and all the screaming, throw them down the rabbit hole. Only Katie, no more screaming. A moonlit night of soul to soul.
He goes across the street and throws a pebble at Katie's window.
Katie! Katie!
Is everything okay, Benjamin?
Listen, Katie. If I touch gloves with your brother,
But how could you possibly do that?
lay off Maz Knishes, drop down a weight class for the CYO boxing team to make room for Ryan, fight on the same city team, city pride, Catholic pride.
Ryan might go for it. Get back face in the neighborhood. That would mean the world to me.
Then I'll do it. Do you know where I can find him tomorrow afternoon?
Probably the shillelagh, drowning his sorrows.
Okay then.
Hey, Cracker Jack man. I love you.
I love you too. Take all this hate and all the screaming, throw them down the rabbit hole. No, we Katie, no more screaming. A moonlit night of soul to soul.
The Shillelagh Tavern. Mike and Butch are drinking.
I got something for us.
Let me see. Let me see.
Mike takes two swastika armbands out of his pocket and they put them on each other.
Oh, you got a zigzags.
They're called swastikas. Father Coughlin said it was okay for us to be disaffected.
I don't know we had germs.
Not disinfected, disaffected. That means we're pissed off. Angry about what's happening to us. Angry with the people in charge.
Who are you angry with now, Mike?
Johnson, the manager of the new A&P, the giant market that just opened up on 6th and A.
What'd you do to the guy?
He didn't hire me. That's what. I needed that job. I had plenty of experience with cash registers and customers when I helped out at Kelly's Market. Good morning, Mrs. O'Brien. Don't you look lovely today? Yes, we'd be glad to take your money.
Pretty smooth. Pretty polished, my friend.
And the biggest kick in the arse is that he gave the job to Yitzhak Feldman.
Don't say.
I do say.
No, you don't say. Yitzhak. You say Yitzhak.
Just once in your life, couldn't you be a little more Abbott and a little less Costello?
Been practicing Feldman's name all week. If you're going to make fun of somebody, you're going to make sure he knows him. It's him.
The point is, this Jew problem is not just our problem. It's a world problem. Those Jews keep shifting things around. Jobs, politics, money.
They're shifting all right.
We used to be the top dog here, on the top rung of the ladder.
Never saw old Goliath climb a ladder, Mike.
Top cat, top bird. The point is, this swastika means that we're on board for a new world order by taking the Jews out of the picture. So feel proud and wear it well.
Got your
Esther
back.
gives the Nazi salute.
Got your back.
Father Coughlin is heard on the radio.
Simply as a student of history, I am endeavoring to analyze the reason for the growth of the idea in the middle of the Nazi Party that communism and Judaism are too closely interwoven for the national health of Germany.
Scene 7, the Leibowitz kitchen the next morning.
I'm leaving now, Benjamin. I have to buy a dress for the Paisner bar mitzvah. You'll be fine?
I'll be fine, Ma.
You've had breakfast?
I've had something to eat, Ma.
There's more in the fridge if you get hungry.
She exits. Benjamin moves the table aside and puts the Benny Goodman album on the record player. He scurries about setting up his boxing ring, talking to himself out loud.
Music, rope. Now, where did I leave my gym bag? I swear I put it... Don't need gloves to shadow box. Ring. I'll use some twine to set up the ring. Yeah. Can't find the twine either, swell. I guess this will have to do.
He pulls out a ball of pink yarn and loops it around 4 chairs.
There we go.
Benjamin begins to shadow box around the ring with grace and speed. He puts his wallet on the table, opens the oven and turns it on, and begins to jump rope in time with the music when Esther barges in.
My kitchen! What have you done to my kitchen? And what are you doing in my kitchen? Boxing with the oven?
I need the warmth to stay loose and limber.
She slams the oven door shut.
I wasn't expecting you back so soon, Ma.
The dress shop is closed because Mr. Levine isn't feeling well. Now, he's not the only one. I think I feel a knockout in my body.
Benjamin helps her onto a chair tied up with yarn.
Sorry, Ma. It was all I could find. Gym's closed today. Trainers all getting ready for the big tournament in Chicago. I didn't think a little workout would be a problem while you were shopping.
It didn't work out so good, did it?
Let me get you some water, Ma. Maybe some of your chicken knishes will help you feel better.
Maybe they would.
Okay, Ma. I'll just heat them up real quick.
He puts them in a frying pan and sheepishly takes the yarn off the chairs.
Here you go, Ma. All ready to enjoy. Say, Ma, have you seen my gym bag?
Your father is my priority. You are my priority. Your gym bag is not my priority.
I gotta go take care of something at the Shillelagh Tavern.
Oh, so you're drinking now too, Mr. Phantom Weight.
Oh, no, Ma. It's something good. A fence to mend. Be back in an hour or two. Everything's good now.
Everything's good now, Benjamin.
Benjamin exits the kitchen. Esther relaxes, enjoying her knish.
Hey, he forgot his wallet. What is wrong with that boy?
She grabs the wallet, then another knish, and eating on the run goes outside after Benjamin. Suddenly, she begins to choke, holding her throat, audibly trying to expel a piece of knish. Seeing Esther in distress across the street, Katie runs to her rescue as she drops Benjamin's gym bag along the way. She performs the Heimlich maneuver. The piece of knish is dislodged forcefully. Katie helps Esther onto a chair in front of the grocery store. With a handkerchief, Katie scoops up the offending knish.
Looks like a little wishbone got caught in your throat, Miss Leibowitz.
So much for wishes inside of knishes.
Are you all right, Mrs. Leibowitz? Can I get you some water?
That would be nice.
Katie gets a glass of water.
I'm Katie Kelly.
I'm his mother.
Nice to meet you.
Wise.
I was just bringing Benjamin's gym bag. He left it at the park.
Oh, you didn't have to make a special trip. Benjamin said the gym wasn't open today. Probably nothing in the bag of value anyway. Just a towel, some old shoes, and a pair of trunks.
Katie takes a locket from the bag.
There's something else inside. He keeps a little lockbox with a picture of you, your brother, and your husband. He'd be heartbroken if he lost something like that. I'd be heartbroken for him.
Katie hands Esther the locket.
I see.
Well, I guess I'll be on my way now if you're all right.
I'm fine now. I'd offer you a knish, but
Maybe another time, Mrs. Leibowitz. Take care of yourself.
thanks for dropping by, Katie.
Esther hands Katie the locket. She returns it to the gym bag, and then Esther takes her hand. Scene 8, the Shillelagh Tavern. Music, drinking, and laughter abound as the Irish enjoy themselves. Outside, Joey Fogarty stands arms crossed in front of the door. Inside are Mike and Butch wearing swastika armbands, sitting with Ryan. Joe Shagrew sits with Mr. O'Sullivan, O'Leary, and Lacey. Shillelaghs are available nearby.
The Irish look after their own, boy, the Irish look after their own. Down to the marrow and bone, boy, down to the marrow and bone. So watch out for the leprechaun, beware his iron fist, and keep your women under lock unless you want them kissed.
Is Ryan Kelly inside?
Who wants to know?
Please, I can see him through the window with Mike and Butch. They're pointing at me.
Look, it's Leibowitz outside with Joey.
He's got some muxy coming here.
You think he wants to fight you again?
Nah, I'm sure it's about Katie.
You're right to tell her that none of us would have her after cozoing up to a Jew. She'd be damaged goods.
I wouldn't touch her with a 10-foot shillelagh.
You keep your shillelagh away from my sister, however long it is.
Or short.
Yeah, well, Ryan ain't receiving visitors right now.
I gotta talk to him. It's personal.
Leibowitz, right? I see you're throwing shapes at Ryan in the ring. That's about as personal as it gets for him.
Could you tell him that I just...
Personal or otherwise, go and ask me arse. With 3 rounds with Ryan, you from the other side. But when you step across the street, you cross the great divide. I see like Mr. Leonard, you wear a Jewish star. But kid, you ain't no champion so far. Hell, we don't stand together. You ain't paid the price. You ain't had to weather the leather, pain, and ice. Come back bruised and breathless with at least 1 battle scar. But kid, you ain't no champion so far.
But
Don't give me any butts, kid, or I'll knock you on yours. Don't think that you, some late street Jew, can come in here, order beer, and then toss back a few. Don't think that we on 8th and C extend some brat the welcome mat and be a doormat to Christ.
The Irish look after their own, boy, the Irish look after their own. Down to the marrow and bone, boy, down to the marrow and bone.
The more I tried to turn her away, the more she wants him.
Butch and I could take Leibowitz out.
What do you mean, take him out?
You know, take him out of the picture. Katie'd be afraid to go near him. You'd have payback and peace of mind.
Kill 2 stones with 1 bird, right?
You guys are smarter than you look.
Boards are sore.
Boards are swords!
Swords is swords.
Shall we horse? Into 1 more pint?
Absolutely. For Ryan!
There is a legend, time-tested, tough and quick, respected by each Irishman, although he ain't no Mick. No bouncer would dare bar him, he's good luck in any bar. But kid, you're just some skinny yid. Ha! A skinny yid you are. But kid, you ain't no champion so far. Now get the hell out of here. so I can take a slash.
Joey Fogarty marches into the tavern and exits to the bathroom. Benjamin turns his back and starts to walk away, but suddenly Mike and Butch bolt out of the tavern and start assaulting Benjamin with shillelaghs. Ryan stays slumped over the bar asleep. Joe Chagru rushes out to throw them off. Joey Fogarty emerges and also rushes out.
Get me out of here, you hooligans, before I take my shillelagh to you myself. Someone call for an ambulance. Mr. Sullivan, Sully, get your ass out here and help me.
What's going on?
An ambulance is on the way, Miss Kelly.
Benjamin, it's Katie. Can you hear me? Oh, Benjamin, why do you want me in your life when I only put you in harm's way?
An ambulance is heard in the distance. Ryan exits the bar laughing, unaware of what has happened, until he sees Benjamin lying beaten and Katie bent over him.
Take a good hard look, Ryan. Look over the handiwork of your hate. Now that you see him here unconscious, what do you say for yourself, brother?
Mike and Butch, rods as swords.
Oh, Ryan, don't give me Mike and Butch. Don't give me that shit. You know Mike and Butch did this for you. What do you mean by boards as swords? What does that mean, Ryan?
It means go take care of business. They should have let me take care of my own business. In my own way, when I wasn't plastered.
Sometimes I hate you, Ryan.
The paramedics arrive and pick up Benjamin, and then we hear on the radio.
Must the entire world go to war for 600,000 Jews in Germany who are neither American, nor French, nor English citizens, but citizens of Germany?
Scene 9. Benjamin lays in a bed in a hospital room, a wheelchair a distance from the bed. Katie sits beside him.
I love you, Crackerjack Man. You could practice medicine, watch over us each night, or be another Edison turning on the light. Comedian like Groucho Marx, tipping his cigar, maybe even president.
Oh, sure. Confined to a wheelchair.
Kosher FDR. You'll set aside all fear and doubt. I'm confident you can, as soon as you can figure out your purpose and your plan.
To be a crackerjack man. Can you try to call my parents again? They need to know.
Katie nods and leaves Benjamin alone in the hospital room.
Yelling in a whisper, a whisper in a yell. Consciousness begins to blister. Here I am in hell. A soaring home, a daring dream. Throw away a spoiled dream. Why should I try not to cry or hold back a deathly scream? Victory for Goliath and his Philistines.
Benjamin, can I come in? Are you going to be all right, Benjamin? I got something for you.
A box of Cracker Jacks. My favorite.
Except I crossed out Sailor Jack's name and wrote Benjamin. And then I crossed out Bingo's name and wrote Goliath. And I signed it. Love, Ella Rose and Katie. Is that all right, Benjamin?
It's perfect, Ella Rose. Perfect just like you. Thank you.
Scene 10. The Irish and the Jewish enter, each with their spiritual leaders, Father O'Shaughnessy and the Rabbi, forming with chairs a Catholic church and a synagogue on opposing sides. The Leibowitz family, along with the other Jews, wear talit as well as yarmulkes on the judgment day of Yom Kippur. Benjamin is in a wheelchair. The Kellys, along with other Catholic families, are dressed for Sunday worship.
On this holiest of holy days, look to your neighbor on your right, and to your neighbor on your left. Our great lawgiver, Moses, speaking for God, says, "Love your neighbor as yourself. I am Lord." Asked to sum up the Torah, Hillel, an elder contemporary of Jesus, answered, "That which is hateful to you, do not do to your fellow." That is the whole Torah. The rest is explanation. Go and learn.
And one day, an authority on the law stood up and put Jesus to the test. "Teacher," he asked, "what must I do to receive eternal life?" Jesus replied, "How do you understand what is written?" He answered, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart and all your soul, and love your neighbor as yourself." "You have answered correctly," Jesus replied. "Do that, and you will live."
Bless these hands for touching, for teaching, for rescuing while reaching out.
Bless these hands for helping, for healing, for prayer while I am kneeling down.
I know these hands of mine have clenched into a fist to use for fighting. I know these hands of mine have tied a hateful twist used for dividing.
God, take these weary hands and let each finger serve you time and time again. We pray that they deserve you, Lord, and then bless these hands.
Bless these hands for touching, for teaching, for rescuing while reaching out.
Bless these hands for helping, for healing, for prayer while I am kneeling down.
I know these hands of mine have reached into a fist for use in fighting. I know these hands of mine have tied a hateful twist used for dividing.
Ryan, you must let go of your hate.
I'm trying, Father.
It's a crying shame considering that your father and Leibowitz were talking about going into business together.
What?
Your father never told you that Akiva Leibowitz once offered partnership to him? Besides strengthening their business position, Mr. Leibowitz wanted to take the bitterness out of the soul of the neighborhood. That was his dream.
Partnership.
Akiva asked me to be witness. Your father said he'd think it over, but never accepted the offer. So we remained a neighborhood without neighbors.
Mr. Leibowitz's dream used to be mine before it shattered. The store window I smashed.
Ryan, come and talk with us at St. Jerome's on the 22nd at 9 o'clock.
St. Jerome's.
On Alexander Avenue, we're forming a new committee of Catholics to fight anti-Semitism.
Esther notices Tessie approaching them and tries to wave her off unsuccessfully. When Tessie continues in their direction, Esther grabs Benjamin's tallies to screen Benjamin and Kiva from seeing her.
What are you going to say to him, Benjamin?
Page 132.
You know, I'd like to go pray some more. I've had a challenging year, God only knows.
They bump into Mrs. Weintraub on her way out of the synagogue in her familiar babushka and carrying a rectangular package wrapped loosely in velvet.
Good yontif, Mrs. Weintraub. May you have an easy fast. We'll see you later for afternoon service.
Get some rest. Eat something if you need to keep up your strength.
With God's help, I'll complete the fast and still be standing for final prayers. Good yontif.
Mrs. Weintraub goes on separately, but then veers in the direction of Kelly's market with her package as Mike and Butch emerge from the tavern.
Hey, Butch! That's the old Jewess from across the street.
Why is she going to Kelly's?
Maybe she's lost in old age.
Yeah, penile or something.
Senile, Butch. Senile.
Let's give her a Sunday best.
Butch
Stop
runs
that!
at her and grabs her babushka, spinning her around as Mike snatches her package.
Stop that, you two hoodlums! Those belong to me! Help!
Hey,
Somebody help!
Oh, hell.
Hey, old lady, how much is this rag worth to you?
Give it back! It belonged to my mother.
Then it should be worth a pretty penny.
Why not take her purse? Then we can give her back
Help!
change.
Somebody help!
Hey, you animals! Leave her alone! Get the fuck away from her!
That's Ryan. I think he's pissed.
Oh, you think?
They drop the scarf and package, which smashes and split.
Are you okay? Are you okay, Mrs. Weintraub?
I'm okay. A little dizzy maybe from the tumult and not eating. But I'm all right now that you're here.
I'm so sorry that happened.
He notices the scarf and package now unwrapped on the street and slowly picks them up, looking at a framed photograph with the glass broken.
That's you at age 7. That's my Chaim. And that's me. We're eating apple strudel. You have cinnamon on your face. A gift for you. Let me take the picture and replace the broken glass. The picture is still perfect. And the glass, can be made new.
Please, Mrs. Weintraub, let me. I promise to get it fixed this afternoon.
It's Sunday, and Mr. Nussbaum is at temple for Yom Kippur.
Tomorrow, then. I know where his shop is.
I'll ask God to forgive those 2 boys.
Could you ask God to forgive me, too?
Don't worry, Ryan, dear. God has heard bad language before.
Let me walk you home.
I'll be okay now. My apartment is only across the street.
Goodbye, Grandma. God
bless.
Ryan enters Kelly's market as a radio voice is heard.
This is Father Charles Edward Coughlin speaking to you from the great state of New York, in front of my many guests here in the Bronx and my listeners all across America and world over. I say, Heil Hitler! When we get through with the Jews in America, they'll think the treatment they received in Germany was nothing.
God damn it!
Ryan picks up the radio and smashes it on the floor. Ella Rose helps him pick up the pieces. In the Leibowitz kitchen, where Katie, Father O'Shaughnessy, Benjamin in a wheelchair, Benny Leonard, Akiva, and Esther sit very solemn.
What are you going to say to him, Benjamin?
Nothing. We've already exchanged insults.
What if Ryan feels the same way?
Ryan wouldn't have asked us to meet if he had nothing to say.
Ryan rings the doorbell and Akiva lets him in. Ryan sits next to Katie.
No one here needs an introduction. Go ahead, Ryan.
You skipped lunch, I skipped school. One of us was a damn fool. I hardly learned a thing. Maybe how to snake a lunch, maybe how to take a punch. If only I could sting in the ring, outside the ring. Me, I'm street smart wise. I am street to the other guys. They follow where I lead. You see, that was just fine with me. When they told their line for me, it satisfied a need. I've been their little king in the ring, outside the ring. What Mike and Butchie did for me, they did it out of loyalty, serving their street royalty, a loyal, stupid thing. There's no goddamn good excuse for their dumb act and my abuse, turning 8th Street Irish loose with boards as swords to swing in the ring, outside the ring. Once you throw a hard right across, that punch is thrown, the moment lost. Every punch can cost, and cost is everything in the ring, outside the ring. You live a half-life, quarter dead, wet from all the tears she shed. I wish it had been me instead, me a tire with no tread, yo-yo with no string, hating everything in the ring, outside the ring. This man sitting next to you, he's one of us, he made it through our mean street, 8th and C. Despite the stuff that I made up, I'd auction off his boxing gloves to Irishman or Jew. Can you do this for me? Can I do this for you? Fight together, not compete, here on 8th across the streets. Bring this world an offering, in the ring, outside the ring.
Once you threw a hard right cross, that punch is thrown, the moment lost. Every punch you throw can cost, and cost is everything in the ring. Outside the ring.
Benjamin rolls his wheelchair out of the Leibowitz kitchen as the others sit silently staring ahead.
I'm sincerely sorry for your loss. Both of your families have been in my prayers.
Guess not everything can be forgiven, Father. I was just hoping.
Benjamin is alone outside, hearing voices in his head.
Her folks may not have been any more welcoming than Mary Kelly's family.
Listen, Katie, if I touch gloves with your brother...
That would mean the world to me, Benjamin. Hey, Cracker Jack Man, I love you.
Take all this hate and all the screaming, throw them down the rabbit hole. Only Katie, no more screaming. A moonlit night of soul to soul, a moonlit night of soul to soul.
Benjamin wheels his chair around and re-enters the kitchen and approaches Ryan.
No, Benjamin, you're not ready.
Sha, Akiva, sha.
With great effort, Benjamin succeeds and slowly extends his fist to touch gloves. Ryan slowly touches gloves with Benjamin.
Oh.
Page 139,
He's
Benny Leonard on page 139. Randall?
I'm needing a middleweight to represent New York in the tournament in Chicago. And my own personal assistant to fill in for Buck, who's going to be a new father any day now.
Oh, he's expecting?
He's expecting some time off.
And well deserved.
Will you please excuse me, folks? I'm expecting a call from Packy McFarland, head coach of the Chicago boxing team. Thank you all for trusting me to be part of this reconciliation.
Thank you, Mr. Leonard. Thank you for building a bridge across the street.
Glad to be home again, Ryan. Goodbye.
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 Benny Leonard exits.
Well, no one's consulting me about taking both my men out of town?
Mr. Leibowitz, how come you never told me or Benjamin that you and my father were planning on going into partnership?
Pop?
My silence was your father's wish, Ryan. Some time ago, I thought he and I could team up more cost effectively against the new supermarket.
Your father always roots for David against Goliath.
I know, Ma.
Who told you, Ryan?
I did. Yesterday at Sunday service.
Father O'Shaughnessy?
Your father was a fiercely independent man. He felt that if he didn't make it on his own, it was the same as failure. He didn't want me to tell you two about Akiva. He made me promise before his first stroke when he was losing his old customers. But in his final confession, your father asked me to get Ryan to reconsider Akiva's partnership offer. Here is his request in codicil to his will.
Codicil.
An attachment.
Feeling like David is ready to give Goliath his due.
Goliath?
The big A&P supermarket chain.
Well, Ryan, have you had sufficient time to reconsider my partnership offer?
Ryan extends his hand, which Akiva shakes warmly.
Give us a moment.
Akiva signals Ryan to come close and talks aside to him.
I hardly know what to say, which is very unusual for me.
So when were you going to tell me about this?
When were you going to tell me about Tessie chasing after Benjamin?
Who's Tessie?
Anyone hungry? I have knishes in the oven. Potato knishes.
The doorbell rings. Akiva goes to the door and Mrs. Weintraub enters.
Hello, Mrs. Weintraub. To what do we owe this unexpected pleasure?
Hello, Leibovitz family. Hello, Kelly family. I thought I saw my Ryan paying a visit to your home. Ryan and I go way back together, you know. Back when 8th Street wasn't divided.
I think we all go way back together, Mrs. Weintraub.
I'd love to try your potato knishes, Mrs. Leibowitz.
Coming right up.
Remember. How good and pleasant it is for us all to dwell together in unity.
They all sing a more ecstatic rendition.
הנה טוב ומנעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומנעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, הנה מה טוב. לה 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 לה. הנה מה טוב, הנה מה טוב. לה 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 לה.
Ella Rose bursts into tears and hugs Ryan, Benjamin, and Katie.
Everyone, this is our sister, Ella Rose.
Lovely name for a lovely young lady.
Thank you, Mr. Leibowitz.
Can I offer you a potato knish, Ella Rose?
Highly recommended.
Thank you, I love to.
Hear that Roosevelt himself is forcing Father Coughlin off the air.
And good riddance to that scourge. He's a pox on all of our houses.
I'm going to step out for some air.
Good idea. Walk toward the light at the end of the tunnel.
Katie exits and Benjamin shakes hands around the table. He exits in his wheelchair and the couple get a moment to themselves outside.
Lost?
Lost in love.
Me too.
Seems to me Shylock won this contest.
Yeah, but he's not letting his guard down.
Father O'Shaughnessy was spot on. Love will find a way. Ryan stepping out of Dad's shadow, the two of us can talk again without jabs and uppercuts.
Wonder what my father said to him about the store.
That's between the two of them and St. Michael.
The patron saint of lost and found dreams?
Nope, of grocers.
I've got a lot to learn.
Aye, so it's best you start cracking, Mr. Crackerjack man.
With a crackerjack dog, a crackerjack life, and who the 12 kitty. With a crackerjack wife.
Benjamin takes a plastic ring from a Cracker Jack box in his pocket.
Your ring, my dear, compliments of Korakaja. And another ring. Mine I picked out together.
He takes an engagement ring from the other pocket.
Yes!
Benjamin puts it on her finger and they kiss.
Ma said, you and Katie don't be late for Shabbos dinner. And she means it too.
On the stage apron, Joey Fogarty in dress suit ties a green tie in front of a mirror as he prepares for the wedding of Katie and Benjamin. As each character or group sings, they enter from their respective sides of the stage, Jews and Irish greeting each other. The young boxers are dressed ethnically and bring out a chuppah. Father O'Shaughnessy and Rabbi Shonason enter and position themselves on either side of the chuppah. Benny Leonard and Akiva position themselves beside Father O'Shaughnessy and Rabbi Shaunestein. When Benjamin enters, he propels his wheelchair to within several feet of his best man, Akiva. When Ella Rose enters, she strews rose petals. When Katie enters, the wedding procession begins down the aisle, Katie flanked by Ryan and Esther.
It drew a Donnybrook, a stylish smile, a loving look. It turned into a Donnybrook. She never laid a glove. Fitted 15 rounds of love.
It turned into a wedding day. Our very best is on display. It turned into a wedding day we thought would never come. Across the aisle we'll share a smile. A neighborhood become.
Bless these hands for touching, for teaching, for rescuing while reaching out.
We know it's door to open and there's no turning back. No secrets or eloping, our future's crackerjack. Our stars are horoscoping as heaven opens wide. Today our love
Obey.
and honor, my new beautiful bride.
Walls that divide them no longer stand. He'll vow to love her, she'll take his hand. No one above her, she'll give her heart. They're for each other till death parts.
In a grand design, I'm yours and you are mine. Here we are across the street like planets that align.
And who I am loves who you are. It's just that simple, it's not that hard. The way across the street is not too far. When who I am loves who you are.
I'd like to introduce Mr. and Mrs. Leibowitz, Benjamin and Katie.
Some walls should crumble down to the ground.
Some walls will tumble when trumpets sound.
Come be our Joshua Jericho.
Voices resound here.
We ought to know. Come
Stand your ground here and let your heart blow and shake hands when we meet across the street.
The end.
That's all. That's all. It's not that.